Hey, Phil.
Yeah, Tim.
Do you believe in Batman?
I believe in vengeance.
Oh. Do you think...
Who are you?
Do you think, like...
I'm vengeance.
Vengeance?
Fincher. Inspired by movies by David Fincher. This movie. Hey, everybody. Welcome to podcast time. It's podcast time with Philip and Timmy.
It's Timmy.
Very nice. What a nice, happy occasion. Thankfully, you're here joining us tonight on this wonderful, special, bat-filled, explosive event.
Bat-Mania. Same bat time, same bat minute. I don't know.
Same bat channel, same bat podcast tonight.
Did they ever have a bat on the show?
A bat?
Yeah, bat. Let's play some baseball with a bat.
The bat. Come on, Robin. Time for the bat.
For the bat.
Take the bat balls.
So do you believe in Batman? So do you think...
I believe in America.
So, Batman being kind of like Tony Stark, he doesn't have any superpowers. So he's like, his superpower is being rich and like, I don't know, gymnast or whatever. So he's technically...
He's a gymnast. Batman. He's a world-renowned gymnast.
Yeah.
That's where he gets all his moves.
Golden...
Cirque du Soleil.
Exactly. So, being realistic, do you think the right circumstances in the realms of realism of our universe, our real world, do you think Batman would exist?
Well, there have been a few what do you call them? The word vigilantes.
Like copycats?
Yeah, I've seen a few people, and they're in no ways prepared to do anything.
Were they like rich like Batman, or just
No.
folks?
I mean, we don't get Elon Musk going around in the dark beating criminals to a pulp.
I guess it would
your
have to
plan
be
is
Elon
to
Musk.
Blackmail this person.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Do you think? Yeah. I don't think that's.
No, there's a heightened sense of. Well, I mean, like if you look into the history of Batman, the early Batman comics, they were just a dude dressing up as a bat, more of a detective angle, and more. He had a gun. He just had a gun.
Well, here's the thing. I was trying to think of like when was Batman invented, and I was checking out it was like 1939, and I was like, I'm gonna go and look up what happens in 1939, see what the world was like when Batman was created. Just in my brain, having a brain fart, like let's see what happened in 1939.
Yeah,
like,
I wonder what happened. What kind of event? Probably nothing.
Oh Lord! And I was like reading to it, and it was just way too hitting home. Like reading about the alliances between Slovakia and this, and then like, no, I'm not reading this. This is way too close to real life right now. I'm not. I'm nope. Done. Dumb.
I'm here for mysteries and criminals in the streets. I'm here to beat them up while dressed as a flying rodent.
So yeah,
El Batilania or whatever that
El Diablo. Wait, what is it? Let me no. Let's do translate. Google Translate. What was that? Was that Spanish? Right? That was Spanish.
Yes.
So if we do Spanish,
well, it's like like flying rat, right? Essentially.
Yeah, but if we do bat man. Damn it! It just translates.
It's just going to be Batman.
Batman. Bat. Wait. Oh crap! I just missed. Okay, so
quality content right here.
Batman. Hombre murciélago. Wait. Yeah, hombre murciélago. La hombre murciélago. That's just precious. That's just so good. I love it. Hombre.
Hombre.
No, because, okay, so another episode, we got another realistic and dark Batman. It makes sense, he's got no powers. He's all dark. He's a bat. Yeah. He's a bat, and it's like broody, and so it's perfect, They're always going to do those. But we also had an opposite of that.
I'm glad we chose this movie. I'm so glad we chose this movie.
It was, we could have gone like, let's compare it to the other dark Batman. Like
let's do Batman 89 and Batman Begins. And
yeah. But what's the point? We've seen those movies.
We've seen them enough times. Again. Yeah.
But why? And I have never seen anything from the Adam West. I've never in my life. I've seen the memes. I've seen the blah blah blah.
You've learned about all the kind of iconography that that movie
through
that
just
show.
references
Yeah,
from other places. So I'm glad we watched that.
yeah,
oh my
me
goodness.
too.
So
Pretty low
before we
energy
begin-
today. I don't know.
Yeah,
Usually
it's
it feels
chill
like I'm
zone.
just gonna be like, yeah, Batman, dun 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 dun, bum bum. Dun, 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 bum, bum.
Man. Yeah, no. Which is your favorite Batman version?
Kiss from a rose.
Oh, Sting is your favorite Batman?
No. That's the Seal. That's Seal.
Oh shit! Sorry.
He,
wait.
he
No,
did
this is
that
Rose's
specifically
Sting, right?
for Batman Forever. Wow.
Batman Forever is your.
No. I have. There are always combinations of the Batman that I like.
If you had to pick, like let's say you were in control of the world and the world dominator. It's the guy from
Which one would I
Eternals,
pick?
The big
Yeah.
the big red thing, and he's like
Only the ones
Philip.
that.
only one Batman besides the comic. The comic can exist, right? That's the source material. The comic can exist throughout the world, and he says, "Philip, only one Batman adaptation must remain." What do you choose?
It's sad to see all the other ones go.
Choose Adam West. That's first.
I don't know. You're giving me a hard choice here. Sophie's Choice. Have you seen Sophie's Choice?
Nope.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know it's like a choice. It's a hard choice.
It's a very difficult choice.
Yeah. On one hand, Pandora box. On the other.
Well, no. It's just to choose between two children.
Oh, okay. That's true. Well, I guess, yeah. That's a
And
sad
I
choice.
can't. I can't do that. It's just so.
Where
it's
are
so
you
hard.
gravitating towards? Okay, which one do you hate? Is there one that you're like, oh god, this is a terrible
Terrible?
Batman? Yeah,
The Batman. No, I'm kidding.
the Batman.
No.
It's a spoilers. Is
No. I just wanted to be controversial. Maybe Batfleck is the least one that I.
Batfleck.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of him because he just felt like an amalgamation of The Dark Knight Returns, the comic, the Frank Miller comic,
right?
just brought up to the screen and buffed up some more, and standing on the shoulders of like the Batman Begins Nolan version, and then taking a lot from. Well, I guess that's what every Batman does, but still,
It's true.
I don't know. For me, that one was kind of the worst one because to me, it didn't hit the right Batman check marks that I kind of like about the character. It was just rough and gruff gorilla. You know, he's just it's a huge gorilla man who just jumps up and then punches people to death. And that's kind of all he does. And he just looks there angry and he's just aggressive. It's turned up to 11, you know? It's like when you have peaking on your audio.
Yeah.
That's bad. That's
just like
the Ben Affleck Batman is just bah, bah, bah. Even
Steroids.
the music reflects that. Have you heard the Batman theme from
I don't remember.
No,
I
because
honestly don't remember.
it's Hans Zimmer again. He did Batman
Oh,
Begins
just like-
to Dark Knight.
oh, really?
But no, he didn't even repeat it. He just one key.
Okay, so if I go to
Bum. That's all it was.
which okay, so if I'm not gonna look it up. I don't care.
And it goes
You know
another.
what?
Then it goes down a note. Bum. And it has the choir. That was the only one that I didn't like. However, Tim, I don't know if you've seen BVS, Batman v Superman. I mean, I haven't for a long time. There was this one fight where he fights these goons in like the warehouse. That was
the
great.
warehouse.
Such a
when
good
he's,
fight.
like,
Such a good
punching
fight. Really
dudes.
good.
Well, here's the thing. I agree with you. It's not a good Batman, and I think it's only because the movie sucks. I think it was great casting because like
I never
to
liked
me,
the cast.
I think okay. So my favorite incarnation of the Batman is definitely the animated series.
Oh,
I mean,
the animated series.
it's-
They perfected that stuff.
It's I think it's also because it's animation. It's also because it's a TV show. They have a lot of time, and also they have this. They can like incorporate everything, like the detective stuff. They incorporate the Playboy stuff. They incorporate the dark stuff, and they also can go from something that's like, you know, one episode he's fighting like some low level gangster crook in the streets,
Yeah.
and then next he's fighting Man-Bat.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the one
And
time
it all
in
works,
animation
and
you can do.
and it's very like, and I also like the design of him. He's kind of like built like a wardrobe, like a large wardrobe.
yes,
Batman.
that,
And
like
and
a
really-
large wardrobe.
It's just an unstoppable object. It's just you cannot pass against this thing. And it reminded me of like Ben Affleck. And I thought like, oh, this is great casting because like if you think of like when what's his face? Michael Keaton? Not Michael.
Christian Bale?
No, first
Michael Keaton. Yeah,
Michael Keaton. Right. Like back in the day, it was like, okay, Batman. But when you look back, it's like, that's Batman. That's just a dude. Just a random dude looking dude. It's not really like, he's not the wardrobe type person. Yeah. So I think Batfleck was a good casting, but nothing really came out of it, unfortunately.
I don't even want to talk about what came out of it. Nothing came out of that, sadly.
And second would probably be the Lego Batman. I don't know. There's just something.
The Lego Batman. I keep forgetting about that. How dare I not mention Lego Batman? So good.
It's just so pure. It's got that like campiness about itself, like understanding that how ridiculous Batman universe is with all of its stuff. Yeah. But it had heart. So I don't know. Animation again.
Yeah. Do you want to put the intro in?
Oh yeah, shit. This is Two Full Podcast, and this is Two Full Podcast song. There it was.
Very nice, very brief, very sporadic. I like it. It's good stuff.
So what do we actually watch? Let's tell these people.
We're talking Bat-Mania. There's so much influence. Have you seen like there's things like I could talk about, like have you seen the documentary about Bill Finger? Do you know who Bill Finger is?
Bill Finger sounds funny. No, I don't know.
It's a really funny name. I always think of fish fingers when I say his name. Yeah. He was the co-creator of Batman.
Okay.
And Bob Kane, who was credited as the creator of Batman for the past 30 years.
Right.
Back when they were developing the character together, Bob Kane would pretend he was the artist. He would pretend he was the man who created everything for Batman. And it's not that he didn't do anything, but like he was savvy enough to kind of wiggle around certain legal agreements with the artists that he hires, and he would just hire artists and other writers to do the work for him. And legally, like, yes, this is my credit. It's going to say Bob Kane on it.
Okay, so he would hire someone, to do the work, but then he wouldn't credit them because he hired them. So he's like, I did all this,
And then for 30, like, throughout his life, he was just, I'm the creator of Batman. It's me, and he would... And there's some really, really funny stories about some of the artists who work in comics who knew what he's up to. And they would sort of like kind of put him in a corner sometimes when they're like, oh, I'm working on this Batman picture. And, could you we got to get the arm to look better. And then they would ask Bob Kane, could you do it? You're here now. Could you just draw it?
Oh, could you draw it?
I'll do it at home. No, we need it today. No, I'll do it. Just give me a little bit. And so it would be that kind of stuff. And he would actually really try to. It's a bit of a faker.
Could he not draw?
A lot of stories about Bob Kane.
Like at all? Could you not draw at all and you just completely faked it? Or he could draw like a little bit?
He could draw. I think he could draw a little bit from what I remember. But there's this whole documentary about how he never credited Bill Finger, who invented essentially the design of Batman. The cowl with the horns and the symbol. Otherwise, it would have been Bob Kane's design, which was just a dude in like a bat cape with red, and he just looked nothing. There's no iconic look to it.
Let me look this up.
You should look at it. Bob Kane original Batman design.
Batman. Yeah. Oh my goodness, it's Flying Zorro.
Exactly, Flying Zorro. It's very much an inspiration.
That's so iconic.
But yeah, there's that documentary I watched. There's a documentary I watched about that, and there was like
what's it called?
Just write Bill Finger documentary. I don't know.
Okay. Bill Finger documentary. Hombre Finger. Okay.
Did you get it?
No, I didn't. But let me see. Bill Finger. Whatever riveting episode. I'm Googling things.
This is the best. I love this. We're doing detective work, Tim. It's perfect. It matches the
Batman style. And Bill. It's called. It's
there we go.
Is that the one? Yeah. It came out 2017.
Yep. And there was this whole campaign to get his credit.
I saw his name. Well, his name was in the new one.
In the new ones, yes.
Created based on by
that's because of Bob that campaign of these certain people, and I think Bill Finger's family trying to really push that.
Good.
Craziness, absolute craziness. But anyway,
I would assume they're both dead, right?
Yeah, they're both dead. Oh, Bill
Okay.
Finger died very, very early. He died in like the
Oh.
70s, I think, or in the 60s. It's very sad. He didn't even make a lot of money.
That's the sad part. That's the sad part. Well, in your honor, we talk, Bill Finger. You and your funny name and your great character, Batman.
I love Batman because there's so many aspects of Batman. I was watching Batman 66 today, and
Yep.
I just realized how malleable Batman is, and it's very interesting because I can't think
It's
of any
crazy.
other kind of superhero that, you know, you can't put Superman in different.
That's my question. That's the ultimate
Scenarios.
question of this episode. Is everything malleable? We just don't try it because, well, it hasn't been done, or Batman is very, flexible. So on one hand, Batman is only the flexible, right? That's why it works.
Yeah.
Or is everything flexible? We just didn't try it. We just tried Batman because, it's so popular. There's so many. Because the truth is, Superman, right? Superman is famous.
Yeah, he's the
But
quintessential
no one really
superhero.
gives a shit about Superman. I think there's very specific Superman fans.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
I think so.
And
too.
then the rest is like, oh yeah, Superman. And it's like he flies, right? Batman, everyone knows Batman, and everyone cares about Batman. Dude, like,
do you think
in
No,
the
go on.
cinema there were so little people, but everyone was like talking, and after the movie, he's like, wow, does this right? Does this connect? Like, this is Batman. This isn't Batman. I think everyone just got a stake at Batman for some reason. Sorry, I got on a
do you think that
completely
it's
long
because?
tangent.
Do you think it's because he's just a regular guy? He just has the certain powers, and the
I
powers
don't
being
think-
his mind and his body pushing to the limit to become this mysterious figure of the night.
No, because look at Spider-Man. Spider-Man's also from the Marvel universe. He's also like this. There's many versions of
But
Spider-Man.
he's also really popular.
And he's also really popular. I think it's just about that being the most popular, Batman and Superman being the most popular ones, that means there's so many people who, are invested and love the same characters. So it means there's so many different interpretations based on so many people. So you're bound to have different approaches to the same damn material. It's crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, look at the
I'm trying
Batman
to think of-
comic.
Yeah, it's everywhere. It's all over the place. It's fantastic.
But think
There's
of
so much stuff.
the just Detective Man, go and do detective things in the comics. Then you go to the to the 80s with all the Dark Knight stuff and all the brooding dark evil, the Batmans, and then you have Batman hanging out with Superman with his with
Justice
his friends,
friends,
the Justice
yeah.
League.
Yeah.
He's everywhere, and there's I don't know. It's
Well,
crazy.
you were telling me this, and I'm just thinking of like I'm putting Wonder Woman in the same situations. Like I don't know, like you can't put someone like Wonder Woman or Superman or Green Lantern or the Flash. You can't put them in like a scenario where they're coming in, into a dark alleyway with an inspector of the police force going like,
Let's look for some clues. This man was murdered here. Flash, can you do something about this? We need your really super speed powers.
There's
I'll look into it.
but I think you can, but you might change. You know what I'm thinking? I'm just thinking of like The Watchmen, and I'm thinking of The Boys, the TV show, where I think the superhero with the superpowers are portrayed in a negative way. But there's also that, since they're kind of portraying this as this kind of dystopia, you have these characters in full costume and cape, and they're not Batman. They're not dark. They're in bright colors and just like like the Watchmen, just chilling.
yeah,
out with people.
Watchmen, yeah.
I feel like you could do that with Superman. I think it'll be, but I think you could do it. It's just no one wants to do it because everyone wants to do the big.
They want the myth. They want the myth. Yeah.
But I think Superman would be like that'd be cool. Like at his police station, he's standing and he's like, and you can make him Superman. Just glowing, and you're like, Superman, what do you think? And it's like, I'm gonna go fly up in the sky and see where they are.
Originally Superman didn't fly like that.
Really?
He just was able to jump really high.
Jump. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. So I'll just jump really high. I think you could. I think you could do it. I think we're just limiting ourselves to these things because I think I would say Batman is a good example that you can take source material and just go anywhere with it. What do you think? What's your thought on this?
I absolutely agree. Now that we're discussing this, I'm just thinking, yeah, probably it's just because we have so much Batman and it was so popular. There's so many different people working on it, and it within these 70 odd years, where it was just different tones all the time, and no one really bothered with Superman doing those kind of. There are some of those, obviously. Have you seen? I don't think this is very dark, but like, there's a Superman comic that came out in the 90s, I think, called Red Sun. And
was that the Russian?
Communist Superman? Yeah,
Communist Superman. Yeah.
I
didn't read it. I always wanted to read that.
I started and then I got kind of bored. So
okay,
I don't know. Because then there was Russian Batman as well, and I'm like, wait, I thought it was just Superman being Russian. I didn't think, whatever. They tried a few little things, but I don't think that there's such. I don't think there was just that much creative variety because it wasn't that. None of them were ever that popular as Batman was, and I think it's just because of the amount of exposure that he probably had.
Yeah, many people, many approaches, and also I think another factor might be that Batman being also kind of like derived from it being famous. There's lots of elements. There's lots of things that define Batman that are very different in a way, and I think each different adaptation, when you're taking it to a specific mood, you can highlight some of it and just kind of forget parts of it. If you want to make it super realistic Batman, you're obviously not going to bring in Man-Bat in there.
No.
But if you want to make a super horror and spooky and weird Batman, you're probably going to think about Man-Bat. I don't know why I'm upset with Man-Bat.
I love Man-Bat. He was one of my favorite characters when I was a kid.
Here's the question: what's the first Batman that you've experienced? Do you remember learning about Batman as a kid?
Yes, because I saw a lot of action figures and I saw a lot of pictures and posters. But I do think that the serious investment in Batman was the animated series.
Same here. Mm-hmm. I think that's when I learned. That's why I'm obsessed with Man-Bat, because I was so freaked out by it. It was like,
me too. Love it.
The name and the fact that it's Bat,
and he has wonderful genes. They never get dirty.
Oh, bring back Man-Bat to the limelight.
Yeah,
but a funny thing is, my first exposure to Batman, it was like the logo, just because I think that was after like when the Tim Burton one came out. I was like, I was just visiting my. No, I was looking at photos of my sister when she was in school and a teenager, and you have the like the group photos. I don't know if you do this in America, but in Europe,
class photos, right?
Class photos, exactly. Yeah. Everyone's standing there, and you take a photo. And I was looking at my sister's when she was in elementary school, and and I think those were taken right when Batman came out. There was a girl. She had a black T-shirt and she had that like golden logo. And I was like, "Wow, what's that?" She's like, "That's Batman." I'm like, "Batman? What is that?"
Batman.
And for a long time, there's this idea of Batman being this whatever in your head, existed until I saw the anime series. Like, I like this. This is good. Yeah. We rewatched that like 5 years ago with Emma. Just holds up so well, especially the first season or whatever.
Shirley Walker did the music for the animated series, and her Batman theme is my favorite Batman theme. It's the best. She used the Danny Elfman one.
Yes,
but she also made her own, which is it's my favorite one. Watch Mask of the Phantasm. Have you seen it? Just watch it. It's a good movie. It's like the best origin of Batman movie.
Okay, what is it called?
Mask of the Phantasm.
Oh yes, okay. I know what it is. No, I didn't watch it, but yes, I'm aware of it. Okay, so I'll definitely watch that. And it's just the that sort of the design, the Art Deco of Gotham. Just so beautiful.
They did it. They streamlined that, and all the people who were writing were like just on their A game. They made so many.
Oh, the writing so good. Just the like a beautiful television writing for the episode of it's starting somewhere, ending, and how you get there. There's always like some kind of open. It's just the best. It's just the best. Anyway,
I want to watch it again.
Yeah, me too. I want to watch some of that animated, some of that walk-in wardrobe.
Yeah, it was
action.
He's a
with
big
Kevin
rectangle.
Conroy.
He's a black rectangle, two little
Yep.
in a smaller little square with two little sticks in the sides of those squares, and then you just put two little white eyes.
All right. So
Anyway.
yeah. What do I watch? Watched new Batman from Matt Reeves. Came out this year, and we watched 1996 Batman the movie. Dum.
How long have you had that music in your head? Like, I've had it for 3 days straight.
Yeah, it's going on.
Dun, 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 dun,
the-
dun,
Yeah, it's the
dun, dun.
sharp fourth interval. Satan's chord. It's a myth. There's no such thing as a Satan's chord. But, it's a try. No, do you know about this?
I know about Satan's chords. I know about his chords.
Adam Neely did a video about it. It's basically the myth is the urban whatever. I remember learning this as a kid. So when you're like, oh yeah, let me get my prop.
Mm-hmm.
Right. The it's also the Nirvana song as well. It's this go from. It's also.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
So
I can't tell if it's laziness or it's really
but
good.
it is that Nirvana song. The theme of the Batman theme is from that Nirvana song that plays at the beginning and the end.
Wait, it's in the movie?
Yeah, the song, the Nirvana song.
I love this. This is exactly like when we talked about Jungle Cruise. It's like, what? There was Metallica in there? I don't remember.
No, at the beginning, you can hear Kurt Cobain sing.
Right. Well, now I don't know what to say about that because let's go. Let's talk about these movies. Let's talk about them. Let's go. Direct meat of it.
Yeah. But what I want to say? Oh yeah, the devil, right? Because the fourth, right? So it would be like if you let's say this is your fifth, right?
Okay.
Sorry, this is your fifth, and then you go down. So you get this. The ultimate dissonance, right? And we know like a metal when you're a kid, you go. Right, and it's like, that's the devil's chord in medieval times. You weren't allowed to play that. Bullshit. People didn't use it. There's no mention of it being like, can't play that note. The devil is summoned by it.
Okay, so it's just
metalhead spreading. Like we play the devil's chord. It's just it's just a sharp fourth interval. Anyway, let's talk about these movies. Dude, what did you think of this new Batman movie?
Well, here's the story.
Here's a story about a little guy. Go. I'm blue and I boo dee ba dee bye boo dee boo dee boo 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 ba bee boo pa boo boo. Boop.
Okay.
I'm blue and I boo dee ba
I just got something. Okay. So this is the story. The story goes as follows. Matt Reeves, the director, I knew that he was going to make a Batman movie. It's a couple of years ago. And
you thought it was Man-Bat and you got excited.
No.
No, I'm just joking.
Unfortunately, I just happen to not have a great track record with liking his movies very much. And it's not because they're bad. It's just
what did he make?
Well, he did Cloverfield.
Ooh, I like that.
And he did Dawn of the Planet of the Apes and War of the Planet of the Apes. And then he did Let the Right One In, the American remake.
Yeah, the remake. That wasn't bad. And I saw both.
Okay. I only saw the original. And I think that's most of the movies that I've seen from him. And what
didn't you like? Which ones have you? Oh, all of them?
I mean, it's not that I don't like them, but it's just that I'm never... I don't want to say impressed because that sounds like I'm being a little bit like judgmental, but I'm not because I never like Cloverfield. Like it doesn't feel like it packs as much punch. I like the idea. It's fun to rewatch. Me and my friend Luke, we watch it sometimes with a commentary by a bunch of comedians called Riff Tracks. It's like Mystery Science Theater. It used to be those guys from Mystery Science Theater, and it's fun to watch. Because there's this wonderful line that me and Luke always tell each other: "Dude, man, Rob. Dude, man, Rob. Dude, Rob. Dude, man, Rob."
Oh yeah, isn't? I just realized that that's actually the actor. What's his face? He's from Silicon Valley. I watched that movie and I never realized that he's actually the cameraman.
Yeah. Well, and then Rise of the Planet of the Apes came out. He didn't direct the first one, but I didn't like the first one because I have a huge
T.J. Miller, sorry,
admiration for the Planet of the Apes films. I love the originals very much. I feel like there's so much wealth in what they're trying to say with those films. Like they really have some very good messages that they put in, and it's thought-provoking, very thought-provoking. It has lots of interesting iconography and visuals that go with that, like especially the tone. It's very bleak. It's very, and it came out in the 1968 to 1972, and some of those movies aren't very good, like production-wise, but man, they leave an impression when you watch them, and I admire them for that. And I also like the makeup and the production design and all that sort of stuff. So when Rise of the Planet of the Apes came out, it just felt like a bunch of edgelords trying to make Planet of the Apes movie, because and the only through line from that I got out of it was, look how freaky it is that apes are talking. And that's essentially what I got from that movie, really? Then the second one and the third one.
Okay.
Because there were lots of lingering shots of like showing the apes, like just standing and making cool poses, being scary, and you're supposed to be like, whoa. And there's nothing else. There was nothing else. Everything else was, to me, unspecial. I can't find the words to that. Just that's what I didn't like about it, and especially the second one. I just didn't like the second one because it just felt like it was. Bleh, 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 bleh.
Okay, I like those. I mean, I don't. It's not like they don't hold a special place in my heart. It's not like I'm going to rewatch them, but I think watching them, I really liked it. I think for me, it was the main monkey. What is his name? Caesar or something. His journey, like him kind of discovering more of a
Ape Moses,
being aware of the world and him processing that, and then kind of battling that with instincts, like my family and protecting people and understanding. It was like an interesting. I like everything else, like the what's that word?
The plot,
the spectacle, the spectacle of it. The whole monkeys fighting, guns and wars. I didn't really feel like that was anything special besides, like the nice quality of the visual effects. I appreciate it from like the perspective of the main monkey.
The main monkey.
Main
perspective
ape,
of the main monkey.
Main ape. The main ape. And I like the orangutan. He was a cool dude.
Yeah. What's his name? Maurice,
exactly.
Apes and monkeys are further down the evolutionary ladder, just above humans.
And you got Draco Malfoy in the first one. Anyway, so let's talk about Matt Reeves. He was
to be fair, I didn't see those films since they came out, so maybe I'll rewatch them, and maybe I'll put them next to my Godzilla movies.
To be fair, I never watched any of the original Planet of the Apes, so opinions. Right. Just these are opinions.
Let's I don't want to be too cruel.
Okay,
because I feel like Matt Reeves is very competent, and I think that his movies have never been bad.
Right.
There've always been something that would be very nice. Like it's good. It's a fun watch, I would say. It's a good watch.
Right. It's not garbage.
I don't want to come up with that attitude. I don't feel like that's very productive. So when it came down to the Batman coming out, I was seeing the pictures and I was like, yeah.
Well, wasn't Ben Affleck supposed to make a Batman movie, and then he kind of just left?
I'm not a very good giver of information. I think me and you share the same approximate knowledge of many things.
Just like
but I know that he was supposed to direct a Batman movie and be in it, but he just felt like the experience doing Justice League was awful.
Okay, he was done. He was like, I try to be Batman.
Studio system, man. The more I learn about it, the more I want to stay away. But anyway, this came out. I was hesitant because it looked exactly like what I was anticipating it might be. Like it's just going to be, especially since we just got off of Zack Snyder, big gorilla Batman, down in the dirty, grainy, do you bleed? And then before that, we had realistic Christopher Nolan Dark Knight movies. Right. Very, very no fantasy land. No Mickey Mouse stuff. It was all real, you know.
Yes.
The Dark Knight. It's not Gotham City anymore. It's Chicago. Because in the first one it was more Gotham. Now it's like clearly Chicago. So this is the third one. We're seeing a third version of this, right?
Third version of like the nitty gritty.
Yeah,
just the cinematic Batman, I guess. Well, it's kind of the switches from. I guess no, it's a Tim Burton one. Then there's the crazy
Schumacher
ones,
good
Schumacher
stuff.
ones.
It's hilarious.
You got Nolan one, and you got Affleck, and this is like the fifth one. Then
yeah, and I came in with that kind of negativity, you know, because I could see that it might just be like my experience with all the other Matt Reeves movies, where it's just going to be. It's going to be fine, but there's nothing that's going to come out of the pool. You know, there's no hand sticking out of the pool. It's just going to be the pool water. I don't know what kind of weird.
That's one amazing metaphor. It's just the water. There's nothing in it. There's no zombies. There's no ghosts.
Nothing sticking out. Nothing. There's no hand sticking out of the water. I don't know what I'm talking about.
That's a hilarious metaphor.
Because that's all I'm thinking. Like, it's like there's the packaging, but nothing's bursting through it. I don't know what I'm talking about.
There's no Evil Dead going on.
There's some bursting going on in my metaphors.
The first was
but there. Okay, but I will say I started watching it, and let's just go into making a conclusion. I was like, yeah, okay, I can see this. Yeah. Falcone, all this stuff, I could see all that until a certain point.
Okay, there's a point. Yeah, there's a certain point.
Yeah.
Where the hand goes back in the pool.
Yeah, it's true.
And it's gone. Okay.
What about? Okay, I'll mention it later, but I want to hear about what you think.
I think every time I speak on this podcast, I feel like I lose a listener. But you know this. You know, I'm not a big fan of the Nolan movies. I think, in a way that they don't really speak to me, and also, I think besides the Joker, it's all bullshit. They're bad movies. And
I'm sorry.
Okay,
it's prepared for good.
The Scarecrow was cool, but I just you got Gary Oldman, you got Christopher.
He's great. Michael Caine,
great actors. But I'm just like it. Do you know what? And watching this movie, I realized why, because they're both the same thing. They're both realistic, right? They're both trying to be grounded in realism because of he's realistic, and they're both trying to do a darker, thinking about the ethics and the character, and what does it mean to be Batman? What is it? How do you think about this? But I think the Nolan ones are way too, clinical and clean about these things, especially like the design as well. The technology. He gets all the super cool gear from the army and stuff like that, and it's very like there, and just how it feels, and also, it's very black and white and straightforward. Like he does the whole thing. People need me. I'm gonna be bad. But nothing really comes out of that, like I didn't feel like but this one, it's doing that, but I think it's doing it in a very dirty way. How it looks, how it feels, and also how the morality and the ethics of Bruce Wayne, how they're shaping how he's feeling. He's not unsure of how to do things and not sure how to think of things. He thinks he wants vengeance. It's a lot more muddier and a lot more not clear, and I think that's a really cool aspect to it. So that's why I was kind of enjoying it, especially off the start. So I kind of enjoyed it. I think
for me, the start was the worst part because I was like, oh no,
Ave
Maria, and I was like, no,
I don't.
We don't have to start like this, but that's okay. It was just the beginning.
Oh,
it was just
okay, I like the narration. It kicks off with narration. I was like, okay, I feel like in comic book land. It's like it's been a while since I've heard a good narration from your protagonist. I feel like this feels comfy to me. It feels disgusting and comfy and weird, and I like it. I had the right vibe for me. What did you think of when I was starting?
I'm scared of the shadows.
Oh yeah, the shadow. I'm coming in.
The shadows. I am the shadow. I am vengeance.
I liked it. I liked it.
So in a way, I liked it. I think my biggest criticism, like my only criticism of this thing, is just way too damn long.
Yeah, I was gonna say my butt was itching and hurting, and You know what I mean? Like, it was getting uncomfortable, and my butt doesn't lie when that happens. I remember when King Kong, when I was watching that, I was like, oh boy, yeah.
To
and
me,
then there was
it
like
was
some
the
other
hand
times.
going into the pool metaphor was right. When like there's a lot of scenes when they're talking and they're explaining things, and it was just like, I was like, well, how long has it been? Like, and the funny thing is, looking back, I realized there's nothing you can really take out. Like, it's all internal
I think
part of the
there's things
porting.
you can take out. I know that there's information because it's a mystery movie. Finally, I think
Yeah.
that's the biggest thing that a lot of people were waiting
Oh,
for.
yeah.
They were waiting for Detective Batman, and I was very happy to see a detective story more so than the ninja in the night. You
The
know,
ninja is just I know,
you know,
I get
because
it.
that was the Nolan one. That was
Yeah.
Ninja Batman. He's here to help save the day. You know, whenever the bat signal shows up, he shows up as well. He's here.
Yeah.
But
Ninja
this one
Batman,
was
Samurai Batman.
But
coming
like that, one of the big things that I was anticipating to see how it play out is how different they're going to make it, because it was looking very similar, you know, look wise.
in. Yes. In the trailers, you see it in the trailer, you're like, oh, this again? You're like,
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. This again.
Yeah.
But I was, you know, that one time where he comes in with the cops to check the first crime scene where the mayor gets killed, and he's walking around and they're
with his
just
buddy.
like, whoa, why would they want? Why is this guy here? What the hell is, you know, who's this freak coming in?
Yeah.
And Batman isn't being theatrical. He's just walking in with the cops.
He's
And
doing-
I was like, good. I'm okay. Come on, let's go. I want to see this.
I love the casual walk-in. It's not, you know, poof smoke he's in. It's not the, you know, where'd he come from? How did he get in here through the window? It's just him and, you know, Gordon walking in, being buddies and talking. That was great. And that was in the trailers as well, but I feel like it didn't feel right in the trailers as it did feel right in the movie. I think it's just the kind of pacing of it in the movie. It works
Would
well.
you consider
instead of
this
just-
film a slow burn?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, there's plenty of action. Like the highway scene is pretty, you know, intense. There's a car chase.
Oh yeah,
All
I
sorts
didn't
of
like
stuff
the
is-
highway scene. That's the one thing that I didn't like. It was just too confusing for me. It was like,
But no, okay. So here's the thing. As a driver, I mean, recently, no, because here's the thing.
I'm a driver. I know what I'm talking about.
No. Listen to me.
Phil,
The claustrophobic feeling of that stupid chase was literally because, what was it? We were coming back. This was this winter. We were coming back from Serbia, from visiting my parents and my wife's parents, going up to Slovakia. And it was like this, it was middle of winter, and there was these forecasts of blizzards, and I was trying to avoid it. So I was like always like checking, okay, when are we going to leave? When are we going to leave? And it was like, okay, it's looking like it's going to be clear. There's going to be some snow midway part. It's going to be fine. We're arriving to Budapest. The biggest freaking blizzard just swoops in. I can't see anything. Everyone's sleeping.
Was
in
it
the
like
car.
that
I'm just
Robert
driving.
Llewellyn movie?
I'm just like literally like I can't see it. There's just snow going everywhere, and it's going through the it's the M0. It's like goes around the city of Budapest. So you know, like it's a highway for all the connection to the, you know, going around. So you get a lot of traffic coming in.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like 3 lanes, and it's closed in. There's walls around it. So, and it's just snowing. It's completely dark. It's in the morning. It's I think it was like 4 a.m. And there's just trucks around me, and the trucks are like swiveling and crashing. I'm just driving.
Crashing?
And it immediately started. And the thing is, I can't slow down. I'm gonna lose control of this car.
They were crashing into each other?
Yeah, there was just like I saw like 3 accidents happen while I was driving, trying to avoid it.
This
And
is
also,
like Gotham
you're
City all
driving?
over again.
I'm driving and I'm looking and I see like, okay, there's a crash truck. Okay, I'm going to try to avoid it without slowing to. It was just insane. And then there's also trucks where like, I don't care about this. I'm not going to slow down. I'm going 90. And it's like,
damn.
And I can just hear it like going, and I'm like, okay, I got to move away. And then I can feel like going through that. So it was like, that just reminded me of that. And that was scary as hell. It's
Well,
not
man.
snow, but it was rain.
Well, I'm glad there were no children in peril as well. That would have been
Yeah, that would be a nightmare. But yeah, it's
A nightmare.
all right. Well,
it's too
fair enough.
long.
Fair enough. But I wanted to say that that's the only like
Okay.
my favorite scene in this film was the one with the bomb neck, where the DA that was in the
church.
club.
No, it was
in the
what was it?
Penguin Club. Yeah, in the church with
Yes, it was a church.
it's a good scene. I'm gonna just point that out for everyone listening. That was a good scene. Like
It was a
that
good scene. No, what I wanted to say is about the it being too long. But my solution isn't to make it shorter. I think I said this before. Just make it a TV show. I feel like there's so much going on, and you have so many characters, like this. Because if you make like an hour-long arc for each episode, you have this kind of start and conclusion, and it's much easier to watch something that's like 3 or 4 hours than 1 3-act big. It was just too long for me. It was just like I wish it would be a little bit more like a nice wave of episodes coming in. Like you could start off and have the first 2 episodes Batman and Gordon solve some mid-level crime and then
midlife crisis
and then this whole storyline with the Riddler and Catwoman kind of swoops in until it culminates. So that's the only thing. I wish it was longer because it was too long for a movie. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's how I feel.
I think it makes sense. Yeah. I really enjoyed the attempt to try to just make it different, because like the more I saw of it trying to give off more of a, this isn't the Bruce Wayne that we've seen before, this isn't a Batman that we've necessarily seen before, and it's focused on the crimes. I mean, have you seen Zodiac?
Oh yeah, that was like immediately Riddler comes in and you're like this is such a cool idea. Zodiac and the Riddler, the crazy sadistic criminal leaving messages. And it was definitely an inspiration. I think
connection.
Sorry,
that's a logical inspiration, I guess. I don't want to be too critical because like I feel like if you're making a movie, you're making your own movie, and it just feels bad to compare it sometimes, because this was a quality film for all the other things that were going on, but I didn't necessarily love it.
I think the
Penguin,
the length and the kind of ending is just like I think they kind of ruined it a bit for me. I think for the first half I was definitely like loving it. Like I was like, this is good stuff. I think by the end it was like, okay, let's wrap it up. Okay, I get it. And
so that's the point where I was like, oh,
what was the point?
Oh, after Falcone dies, he gets shot.
Yes,
he gets sniped, okay. And then I was interested because I thought, man, this is great. This is just like a mystery drama with criminals. There's definitely the elusive Riddler running around. Leaving mysterious messages and killing people, but it's about digging through certain like ugly underbelly things that's making Gotham the corrupt hellhole that it is. And then Falcone dies, and then we're on to another hour of the movie. That's what it felt like to me, because then it was probably just going after the Riddler, and it was like looking for the Riddler, and then the Riddler's like, I have this plan. And then the plan constitutes blowing up certain parts of Gotham.
There's always a bit
and
of
it's
Gotham
like
blowing
explosives, and I'm just like, it's explosives again. And that's where I lost it. I kind of lost, like it just went down a few points for me. I felt like that whole part, the climax, everything, I've seen that so much that I couldn't. Like there was imagery. I love the imagery of Batman saving people in slow motion at the end with his little torch. That was from Dark Knight Returns. I don't know if you remember.
No.
That's a big image in that comic, and it just didn't hit it. Just didn't hit that mark at the end. But I did like the idea of when Batman was talking in the narration, when he's like, maybe I'm not vengeance.
He's like, maybe that's that. Yeah.
I like that, because I'm like, this is good, because like I can see, the character with his Bruce Wayne persona having a really hard time balancing those two. And, and also hey, what'd you think of Alfred?
Alfred's not really much in there, but I think it's pretty good.
Master Wayne.
Yeah, Master Wayne.
Andy Serkis.
He comes in and does his stuff.
Does he not remind you of My Cousin, Your Brother?
My Cousin. What he reminds me of? I guess with the haircut, with the
he just every time I see him, I just get, it's like,
Yeah.
if you had like a scene of me
Really?
looking at Andy Serkis, it'd be like flashes of Stan.
That's funny. No, I never did. I think I think
I have for years already.
That's funny. No, I for some reason I keep seeing his character from the Marvel. I don't know why. I guess it was the haircut as well.
It's the same haircut.
I kept thinking it's the Wakanda guy. What?
Yeah, these universes merging together.
Yeah, the universes.
Gordon was great. Great Gordon.
Gordon was
that
so
Gordon.
good. And he's so lovely, and I love that. There's bits when it's like, "Oh, Gordon, are you bad?" But it was never.
No,
like,
I'm just gruff.
It was never tarnished. Their friendship was strong. The two buddies, Gordon
Me and him,
Batman.
we're buddies. We're buddies.
Yeah, and it's good. Yeah, it's Catwoman. Catwoman was the best Catwoman, I think.
That's true. That's definitely true.
I wish she had more to do in the movie, but she had enough. I think.
Yeah. No. You gotta like. There's so okay. So for the people at home,
see if it was a TV show.
So for the people,
Catwoman could have done more thieving.
Even, wait, where's that from? Thieving? I don't know. Never mind.
Hey, stop thieving. I don't know.
For people at home, if you haven't watched this Batman, so it's like a year one kind of stuff. Batman starting out, he's figuring things out.
Year two, technically.
Technically, year two, Batman. And it's centered around the Riddler. He's like a weirdo, and he's killing important people from the city of Gotham, and he's revealing things about them. They're corrupt. They're DAs, police, mayor. He's killing them, and he's also leaving notes to the Batman, to find the next victim. And he's kind of thinking maybe Batman is his friend. There's also Catwoman's involved with this, with the whole mafia. She works at the club. She has her friend is missing. So you have that character. The Penguin is also there in the club. He runs things. There's all this conspiracy, and Batman is going through all of this, trying to figure out, what's going on, who's behind this, and kind of stop it. And throughout the journey, he's learning about what it means to be Batman. There's not a lot of Bruce Wayne in this. Mainly Batman.
It's good. Why not?
There's no Playboy Bruce Wayne. Definitely.
Who needs him?
That's completely gone. He's emo boy when he's out. Sad man. I was reading that Reeves he was listening to that song, Something in the Way from Nirvana, as he was writing this, and he kind of wanted Bruce to be a little bit more like Kurt Cobain, kind of like a troubled man.
Makes sense.
So that's interesting. Yeah,
I'm always for like a different interpretation of Batman and showing something that is, which to me is the funniest thing. A huge part of Batman was being a detective, because one of Batman's titles is World's Greatest Detective.
Yeah, it started off in the detective stories, right? That was the original
comics, essentially.
Where Batman was introduced.
Yeah, so it's great to see that, and it's great to see something like just a little more awkward, but that's good.
A little bit messy, a little bit messy. You're not sure where. Like my favorite thing about the movie is the thriller / mystery portion of it, because there's a lot of aspects of it where you as a viewer are not sure where it's going. I think the best example is at the end when spoilers, Riddler is locked up in Arkham, and there's still one last mystery to figure out, so he goes and confronts him, and then the conversation is played out. It seems that the Riddler knows who Batman is, but it isn't. It's just the way he speaks.
Went to school with them.
And then the Batman is just looking at them, and you can see like he needs to respond.
The panic in his eyes.
The panic in his eyes.
Bat-head.
In his bat head. And he's also trying to keep it cool, not to reveal. Maybe it's not. And it's a great way of like how the whole movie works out. There's always like something going on. Can you trust and can you not? What's happening? How do you deal with this? So I really enjoy that. What did you think of cinematography?
Like, as usual, it's like I can't think of anything that sticks out to me, because it's very similar. Like, if you'd replace Robert Pattinson, bring in Ben Affleck, it would look like the same movie.
Really? I guess I didn't.
Not story wise.
Which
but
one?
Just like
Bat v Superman or Justice?
Batman v Superman. Yeah, you just.
There's a lot of rain.
You know what I mean? Like, we're just talking about the look now. You said cinematography, so I just said.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Okay.
Just drop him in, and I think that you wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
I guess that cinematography in the set design, because I'm asking, the reason why I'm asking,
it's like Joker a little bit. Remember Joker?
Yeah. It was like the 60s kind of disgusting land.
It's a bit like that. But I do like the the production design, because they had this nice little Gotham Square. Remember that?
Yes, the big
nice.
screens, and also I like the design, like the super gothic design of Wayne's place where he lived. It was like
rusty,
super high detail, disgusting gothic place. You know what it reminded me? Like a lot of times, it reminded me of The Matrix. There's like the rain pouring outside. There's the disgusting city, and then there's like the gothic element. Like literally, I was watching it. I was thinking like, I guess this is what I missed in the new Matrix movie. Just this
you missed
feeling.
The rain, you missed the mire, you missed the muck.
Yeah. I think that was like, there's something you don't really talk about The Matrix, and we didn't really talk about The Matrix. Not that, okay, we talked about a lot of stuff, but maybe I didn't realize it, but that's a really big part of The Matrix.
Yeah.
Just that feel, like that the production and the set design mixed with the cinematography. I was literally even thinking, like, did Bill Pope do this? Because like some of the stuff is like, there's when he's fighting in the club and it's dark and you just see the light from the muzzle flashes as he's going through all the henchmen.
Right.
I like it. Just remind me of The Matrix. A lot.
Interesting. Very interesting. I didn't think of it at all.
Okay.
I didn't think of it at all. I had no idea.
You're
but
just
now
like
that you
watching the
mention
movie.
Now that you mention it, pretty interesting. Anyway, you want to go into the other one? What did you think of the other movie?
the children friend. You know, before we move on to what the funny thing is, they got me with the so this movie's PG-13, and in PG-13 you can use one fuck. You can say fuck once, right?
Yes.
And they use their fuck really early in the movie, which for me, it switched my brain to thinking this is a R-rated movie. And halfway through, I'm like this is a bit like very like you're not seeing anything. I'm like, wait, but I thought there was this R-rated, and then the penguin is driving the car away, and he's like, "What's up with this freaking guy?" I'm like, "No, this is PG-13." This is no, like that. It was funny. I don't know if it was intentional, but because I think they said they'd always wanted to make it PG-13. It wasn't like the studio kind of forced them. But is there R-rated Batman? There isn't, right?
No.
The Nolan ones
isn't.
are also PG-13s, right?
Yeah. I was well. It's interesting because like I think the Nolan films kind of not inspired, but influenced me in a way where it's like you don't have to. Because I remember watching Dark Knight for the first time, and you probably didn't like it, but I was very on edge the entire movie when I watched it the first time in the cinema, and I was like, it was PG-13, but it was so intense.
Oh yeah, there's the pencil scene when he puts the pencil in the guy's head.
And there's a good amount. It's just plain old, editing and directing and all that sort of stuff at work where it just builds up a little bit, and it always makes you scared.
Yeah,
and on edge, and there's like a lot of weird moments that contribute to that, and you don't have to make it R. So I'm always like, at this point in my life, at least, I feel like I don't have to saw off people's hands and arms and have blood spurting all over the place to make a statement that is mature.
It's either way for me. I think the great thing about PG-13 is you figure out how much, because you can talk about things, you just can't show them in PG-13. You can say somebody, you saw it off his hand. You can say that in PG-13. You just can't show it, especially in it's like a gory detail kind of way. So it does, have some creative opportunities, but also sometimes it's like,
sometimes you can't have a mob guy going, "This freaking guy, can you believe that? What the heck?"
You couldn't have, opening to Saving Private Ryan, in a PG-13. It's just, you know what I mean? Like, sorry, I didn't want to bring it there, but there's a point, because you think of rated R, you think of somebody going, fuck you, and then cutting someone's head off, right? That's immediate, but you forget about, you need R-rated for realism as well. So I think there's a Batman probably, or R-rated Batman out there. That's not just like, Kick-Ass.
There's probably an animated one. That is,
but probably
actually there might be
Akira kind of style, just like
exactly.
Okay, so that was just so. But this movie, the 1966, is not PG-13. This is what rated everyone, kids and family can watch this together.
Batman.
Did you know I never watched the show?
Yeah, you told me. I mean, did you tell me off air? Or did you tell me in this podcast? Now I can't remember.
Who knows? No, I never watched the show. I did. I think in the beginning I did say I
Me
never
either.
watched. I didn't know.
I've never seen the show.
This was an interesting thing. I put the movie on.
But I did watch the movie before. So I watched it before.
Okay.
Yeah. We rented it at the library once, you know, when we lived in the States. And I was just like, I'll watch it. What the heck? You know?
It was a very interesting first 10 minutes to realize some things.
Yeah.
Well, I knew it was campy, right? I've seen the GIFs. You've seen the clips.
Yeah.
You knew, but I was under the
costume.
impression that it was campy because it was made like badly. Like in my head, I always thought it was supposed to be like, you know, somebody gave the rights to a TV studio. They had no idea what Batman is, what to do with. They thought, okay, you know, comics is for kids. We'll make it a, you know, kids show, and they completely like mess it up. And it's one of those things like it's bad, it's good. But as soon as, you know, they bring out...
As soon as the bat shark repellent comes in.
Yeah, it was I think it was, like everything was fine. I was like not realizing. And then it was like, bring out the bat ladder. And I'm like, the bat ladder? Like you have a bat? And then it rolls out and there's a little, you know...
yes.
A little thing sticking out there that says bat. I'm like, wait, this is intentional.
Yes,
and then he pulls out the shark and he's like the shark repellent. And then you see the shot. He doesn't have just shark repellent. He has a variety of, you know, sea creature repellents.
Of bat animal repellents,
Yeah.
yes.
So Robin grabs it and he's going down the bat ladder as Batman is punching a shark that's stuck in his ladder. And I was like, oh, this is intentional. This is comedy. And then it dawned on me.
And then the shark lets go and falls into the water and explodes.
And nothing ever beats that highlight. I don't think any joke in this movie, but maybe besides the bomb joke, that's also
it's good.
But the shark,
I had the same.
What the hell?
Yeah, I never saw the show. I watched this movie, 17 years ago, 15 years ago, and I had the same reaction as you. I was like,
okay,
wait, this is because I thought as well that it was like unintentionally, like just bad, and they didn't know what they were doing. They knew exactly what they were doing. This thing is hilarious. It's the best. It's awesome.
Yeah, because
it was so fun to watch. I laughed so many times watching this movie.
Because it brings back what you said in the beginning. It is the truth. You can do Batman both ways. Like you can make fun of the fact that it's two guys in a suit helping the police. You know, support your police. They're not vigilantes. They are deputized professionals.
They said that specifically. It's perfect.
It's like it's just so damn funny because it's true. Like what? No, the guy in the suit working with the police would never work. But on the other hand, you watch the new movie and it's like, yeah, a guy in a suit working with the police.
It'll work.
It'll work.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. That's amazing.
I don't see any problems here.
The masked...
the cop was like, you bringing a vigilante?
Yeah.
Why are you doing this? Okay, fine.
The masked Cossack himself, the Batman. I just,
Adam West is so good in this movie.
You know what made me think? If they're ever going to do this kind of like making fun and spoofing and campy Batman, they like... I was just thinking of Jeff Goldblum, like how, like that would be like Adam West, but like up the ante, like it's, yes, the suit, I feel the leather, I feel
very. Why isn't Jacob here? He's the best. He's the best one.
He left.
I
betrayed us.
Feel this
suit.
leather. Tingles my skin.
Yes. Oh, Robin, please sit me up here.
Who's gonna be Robin?
Who's gonna be? It's got to be like some. I don't know. It could be anyone. You just got to be really enthusiastic about being Batman. But Batman is.
Yeah. And guess what? I don't know if you noticed. I think you did. You must have, because the villains are in there. All of the villains in that movie were in the Batman.
Oh, holy shit! You're right. Because the stinger at the end, you have a Joker, like an unannounced Joker.
I'm the Joker, baby.
That's true. Catwoman, Riddler, Joker, and who's the last one?
Penguin.
And the Penguin. Holy shit!
I was like, yes, there they are.
It's
I did it was a total accident.
Perfect.
It's perfect. Yeah.
It's
Oh yeah,
perfect.
that's so good. I don't know, like it's so funny how I'm just like being so happy about this movie, but it entertained me very much. Very much. I was quite entertained.
I watched them one after the other. I watched I think I was like, okay, I'm gonna go watch, because I usually go at 9 p.m. to watch cinema movies. But
Damn.
Because I gotta wait for the kids to fall
Oh
asleep.
yeah, I forgot.
And and all this stuff. But they fell asleep earlier, so I was like, I can make it at 8 o'clock, and it'll be great because I can watch the 1966 Batman. So I went to see a movie at 8. I wasn't even late. It was great. Didn't see any of the damn trailers. Awesome, perfect timing. Jump in, bunch of people, around me, not too crowded. It's great. And I was like, that's great. I'm gonna be finished by like 10. Come home, pour myself some wine. I got out of the cinema at 11, and I'm like, what is happening? So by the time I got home, I was a little bit tired. So I was a little bit kind of moving away from consciousness.
Drugged.
Halfway through, they're in the submarine, and they're going back and forth.
So you were
Batman
like falling asleep.
Batman is being kidnapped. So there was a little bit of like drifting back and forth into the reality. So I'm not 100% sure what the hell happened. I know Batman was kidnapped, then he wasn't.
Yeah. Remember when Burgess the Penguin comes in pretending to be
the
and he's like,
colonel.
Robin, it is the Penguin. That's obvious.
I love
What
it
do we
because they go on this, because Batman can't resist it. They know it's not him. They know it's Penguin. But you have a half an hour of the movie, them playing along, even bringing him into the Batcave. Dangerous thing it is. But it's like, but we can't just outright they could just left. They could have just left Penguin and just be like, no, you're Penguin.
But
I'm
they
leaving.
don't. We have to do something about this, Robin. We have to do something about this. Remember, and then the Penguin like takes his penguin sleeping gas.
Yes.
When they're like in the middle of the road somewhere.
Oh, yeah, they take the pills.
They take the pills. Everything that they do, they have something for it
Yes.
to keep the plot moving along. Thank goodness we had these anti-penguin pills.
Batman is...
And then they just move to the left, and there it is in the bushes. It's their bat motorcycle.
It's always
perfect.
But I love it because they're so they're such great citizens. They're so responsible. They keep their Batcopter at the airport, so it's looked after by professionals. It's not in the Batcave somewhere. It's in the airport. You got to call them up. They could put the gasoline in. They get your helicopter ready, and they can fly
for you.
They're so good. But Batman is simultaneously in control of everything and also not in control of anything. I don't know how magical that is, but it's like it's a great movie. I don't know.
It is a great movie, and then like the bad guys keep the captain prisoner in their
pretending
lair,
he's in a boat.
He's in the ship.
I think I drifted away towards the end, and then I woke up and he had the bomb in his hand, and I was like, okay,
yes,
where's
that's the best moment.
What happens? Does he find their hideout, or how does he get to the bomb?
The bomb is in the hideout because they get into the hideout and it's just ignited.
So they find the hideout, they get in there, and then they, the villains with their last resort.
And Batman has to take the bomb and he has to throw it in the water. And
exactly.
It becomes a very tough situation for him.
Yeah.
Because you never know if there's going to be a parading marching band somewhere, there's going to be people kissing on a boat, or there's little ducklings. Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Yeah. Some days you can't get rid of bombs. There's mothers, there's everything. You know what's the funniest thing? Me kind of drifting away. The guy playing Penguin just remind me so much of Michael Palin.
Oh wow!
There's a few moments where I was drifting through consciousness, and I was thinking, am I watching Monty Python? What the hell is this? Oh, I'm watching Batman.
He's good. He's really good. He's great. And then they go to the United Nations, and that's the whole plot, right?
Oh yes,
they dehydrate
them, right?
Dehydrate them. Yeah.
Oh man, they use the heavy water. So then they poof out of existence. I love the jargon.
And Batman is so
good.
concerned. Remember, Robin, this might be a lesson.
Yeah.
Not to
Because
Not to mess around with Mother Nature.
exactly. He always has the right jargon to say, this is string 3, random as it can, it's possible. So good.
I remember when Batman had his heart broken because he found out that the Russian lady that he was in love with was actually Catwoman. Holy heartbreak, Batman!
Sad stuff. Yeah.
And he's like, it's just something you have to do as a hero. These things happen. And see, Thor was inspired by this movie. Thor 3.
Oh, really?
Ragnarok.
They were like...
No, I'm just joking. It's similar.
I thought,
That's what heroes do.
That's what heroes do. Just straightforward. He is the hero, and he has... Well, there's one burning question that I had throughout this movie. And I had that question a long time ago, and thinking it was just badly done, so that makes sense there. But it's a spoof. Why does he have eyebrows on his mask?
Design choice.
Is it supposed to be like funny? Like, do you think it was like they were doing like the designs and somebody just drew the eyebrows as a funny, and they were like, "That's funny. Let's keep that in." and then
what about the nose? And talk about the nose, the little bat nose he has.
He has a little.
It's a little like a rectangle. Yeah, in the middle of his.
Batman
what is that?
Have eyebrows. We're back to Googling.
Yeah, detective work.
Why did Adam's
just like when
had nose drawing over the mask to make a gunman pause and wonder the same thing instead of pulling the trigger? Great answer. There is no answer.
What? Yeah, just like the part where the Riddler had like a social media thing.
Oh yeah,
he's got 500 followers.
That was great.
I don't know.
Guys.
To me,
hey guys, thanks for the for the likes and for all the donations.
Yeah. I don't know. Like somehow there's some stuff that's just too real that just feels like a little out of place. It just doesn't feel.
What something?
What do you
is
think?
Too much real in the 1966 Batman? What are you talking about?
No. I'm talking about the Batman.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Well, like when he has that little
of
social media thing, like the video. Because it's just, you know how it always is with computers. Like I remember you and Jake just going on and on and on about like UI and how it sucks in movies and
this
stuff.
was good. This was good. It was good.
I don't know. It just feels like it's too. You know when something's too mundane.
I guess you were but that was the point of it. It was supposed to be it's as realistic as you can get with the Batman. I think. I mean, there's definitely stuff like you can't 100%. It's just made up, but still.
Do you think that the what's his name, Robert Pattinson Batman could get rid of a bomb?
I don't know. That's true. What would he do? He didn't even get to the bombs. That's a sad part. He just like, there's bombs, and then
he
they blow
even didn't
up.
get to the bombs.
No.
You see, so Adam West
Didn't even
wins
try.
this. He's responsible. Adam was, I mean that that Bruce Wayne Batman was. He grabbed that bomb with his own two hands, running around. No one even cared. No one batted an eye.
But this is a seasoned Batman. If I would assume that
true.
Robert Pattinson's Batman, 10 years down the line being the Batman, if this would happen, he would have all the bombs in his car in the trunk and just driving, away from mothers, away from ducklings, away from the nuns.
You're right.
I think it's just a thing of experience. This Batman is. We watched the Adam West Batman is top of his game. He knows everything.
I mean, he really is.
He's best friends with Commissioner Gordon. And when he scolds the the guy who sold the submarine to Penguin?
I forgot about that one.
So there's this scene, and he's like, they're firing missiles. Like, I mean, they got to have some like special army stuff. Call the surplus store, for the army to find out if they sold anything recently. So Adam West calls up the guy, and it's amazing scene because he's talking to his secretary, flirting with her, and he's like, "Oh, I gotta call first." Well, no, they're not flirting because everyone's super happy in this city. They're all like happy for Batman. Remember the opening scene where they're like the helicopter's flying, and the guy's like, "Just puts joy in my heart to see someone doing their job."
yeah.
But anyway, so everyone's like that, and he's like, "Hey, this is Batman. Hey, Batman, big fan. Do you?" He does, and he's like, and Batman's like, "Did you sell any submarines recently?" And he's like, Let me check. Checks his ledger.
Oh yeah, now I remember. That was hilarious.
He checks his ledger.
That was so
and
funny.
he's like, yes, actually, we did sell a non-nuclear submarine to someone called P. N. Gwyn or whatever. And he's like,
and all the riddles.
the riddles were just insane.
C for C, cat.
Oh, they're all 4 of them are there.
Amazing. It was wonderful. Honestly, this was not a bad. I loved this movie. It wasn't bad at all.
No,
it was hilarious.
It's great movies.
Loved it.
Great movies of that's insane. I guess what we learned today is either Batman or everything depends. It depends how hard we try. Can be adapted to any sort of angle. And if you're,
I would
if
love
your
to
heart
see
is
a
in
new.
it,
Yeah, I mean, Lego Batman kind of did that.
yeah.
But I would love to see a live action Batman like this again.
Yes.
I think it's time.
Like
I think
Thor
it's time for
Ragnarok
something
kind of
like
stuff. Just like he's a hero.
Yeah.
You're kind of making fun of the fact, but he has a good heart.
that. Yeah, everyone loves him.
And he's got
He's genuine. He wants to do good.
Yeah, he's got a bat
Fight
rope
crime.
and bat everything and a bat.
Yeah, it's just too bad that we didn't get a lot of Joker in this. I haven't seen the show, so I don't know how prominent he is. But you saw his mustache, right?
Yeah, obviously. I think the Joker was the weakest. You know, Catwoman's got the whole Russian side thing. Riddler is just annoying as hell. Penguin
That was great.
You know, he's just annoying. He just want to fire those missiles. Is there any opportunity?
You see them all like kind of monkeying
Yeah.
around in the whenever they're every shot they're all together. There's always someone moving around, waving
Yeah.
their hands, making grimaces.
You know, it's
great.
Penguin's got the whole thing pretending to be that guy. So I think they all have time to shine except the Joker. I think he was, you know, there's desire for more Jokerness in there. He was the weakest one, unfortunately, of all the 4 villains. The Quad.
I have the soundtrack of this movie.
Great.
I don't know why,
Great.
but I do. The ending was great too. Did you expect that? I bet you didn't expect that. I didn't expect it when I first saw that movie,
What was the ending?
where they successfully rehydrated all the world leaders.
Oh, and they're
But
all
they
mixed
have
up. They're all mixed up. Yeah.
And he's like, Robin, we have to exit, but not so anybody knows.
yeah.
Let's just go through the window.
It's a
And
classic.
it ends like that. That's the end of that film. Wonderful.
That's just
Brilliant.
good.
Spared no expense. A review from Frank Ireland, friend of the podcast. He wrote on Letterboxd
For which one?
for Batman 1966.
Oh, you watched it as well?
Yeah, he gave it 5 stars and said, best Batman movie.
Well, you know, I think it's a valid contender. I would say I wouldn't call it the best, but you know what? I don't know if I call either of these the best, but they could be the best. Are they?
Yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah,
but they could
both
be the
of them-
best.
Both of them were quality watches. I think for me, I think what surmised it the best, a friend of mine told me after we watched the film and said, the Batman was unpredictable,
Mm-hmm.
but what I expected.
Okay. Interesting.
I think to me that surmises it quite well. I liked it, you know, but I liked it. There we go. Let's just keep it at that. It was fine.
I
It
think
was fine.
I think
It's
that's
fine.
I think
It was
that's a
fine.
good summarization. The guy behind me watching the cinema hated it. He kept sighing.
What?
He kept sighing. He kept go like something would happen. He'd go and then as I
What? Why?
So and it finished and I was waiting because I wanted to hear because he was with a bunch of friends. I wanted to hear why he was sighing. So I kind of waited until they got up and I got up as well and I'm walking behind him and he's like he's just turning his head. He's just turning it in and he's like, I'm gonna go watch The Dark Knight now. I can't. This is sacrilege. So that man didn't have a good time, you know?
Okay. Well, I think we can live together in bad harmony.
I think we can.
I also think that me and Luke were Luke, friend of the show.
No.
We were we were talking about it, and when the soundtrack came out and the theme came out, like I'm not a big fan of the music personally, because I just think that Michael Giacchino is overworked. I think he's just in everything
He's
at the
a little bit
moment. But I did like the orchestral nature of the soundtrack.
Like classic
I was glad to hear.
orchestra.
Yeah, it had a lot of that. It was
after all the, from our good friend Hansi, I think it's time for a little bit of.
But Luke said, it sounds exactly like John Rubin, Freedom to Feel.
What the hell is
And
that?
I'm like, what's that? What the hell is that? And he sends me a Spotify link, and I'm like, holy crap, it's the same 4 notes. Dun, 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 dun.
Well, first of all, it's the Nirvana song, and secondly, it's just the beginning of the march of the Death March.
Yeah.
It's the
Michael
interval.
Giacchino loves the Death March. You're talking about the Death March is dun dun
dun dun dun dun. Oh, sorry, no, we're doing
no.
wait.
It's dun. Wait. Dun 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 dun.
Yeah, but dun 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 dun. That's the interval. That could be Star Wars, whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's
there's so
all
many.
there.
There's so many, dude. Like there's so many great film scores that just are taken from all these classical pieces and Wagner, and I think you know this.
Yeah.
Nothing new to you. There's some crazy stuff out there, but yeah. So let's do a real quick thing. What's your favorite? Who are your favorite Batman now? Who are the Batman? The live action Batman.
The live action
From Adam West. I mean, we can't talk about the 1940s serial one. I really wanted to do that, but I think this was a better option. But yeah, from Adam West to Edward Cullen. Oh, jeez, I said it. I didn't want to say Edward Cullen. I meant Robert Pattinson. Who refused to work out. Did you hear that? I'm sure you did.
No, I didn't. But it's good. Good for him, man.
He said
in the
I don't
armor.
want to. He said I don't want to work out for Batman. I don't think I think he mentioned something like it. Everyone looks really buff and stuff.
The whole Marvel thing, like everyone's on roids, looking like a even Paul Rudd for even Ant-Man. Why does Ant-Man need to look buff? He shrinks. It's enough for him. I don't know, man. This is a hard one because I feel like I don't have a favorite. I definitely, we talked about them all. I think Christian Bale is an amazing actor. I love him and everything. Has pretty good design of the Batman, but I don't have a personal connection with him. Ben Affleck, perfect casting. Nothing was done with him. Perfect.
I said hi to Ben Affleck once.
You what?
When I was 14 again.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
That's good. Was it in
I said hi
Vancouver?
and he said hi. That was it. Yeah.
Your best friends, basically. That's why you do it.
He'll remember me. Yeah.
He'll remember you.
Can't wait to say hi to him again.
Robert Pattinson was amazing as Batman, but there's no Bruce Wayne in there, so it's like I don't know. Is he my favorite Batman? I don't know. Is Adam West
George Clooney?
Batman? No, definitely not George Clooney. Definitely that Val Kilmer. Definitely not.
No, Val Kilmer's better. He's better than George.
Probably.
Clooney.
Yes. He's I mean, he's even better. I don't know.
I'm neither Bruce Wayne nor
thing.
Batman. Not because I choose. Not because I want.
Not because I choose, but because I want to.
Whatever. Just leave me alone.
Okay, here's the thing. I think my perfect Batman / Bruce Wayne in live action has not yet been made.
Right.
He is still out there. And one day, I have a question for you that's related to it, but first you tell me, who's yours? Or did we not answer that? You're not undecided. Where do we go with that? What happened?
Yeah, I think my favorite. Can I make a delineation, like my favorite Batman and my favorite Bruce Wayne?
Yeah, that sounds good too. You guys split them up.
My favorite Bruce Wayne is Michael Keaton.
Okay.
And I think
Playboy
that my
guy.
favorite, because he was I don't know if you've seen Batman recently.
Scott.
And my favorite Batman would be I want to say Batman Begins Batman, like not Dark Knight Batman, because I really don't like the voice very much.
That was way overkill.
He does act a little bit silly. I think he acts sillier in Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises than he did in Batman Begins, because in Batman Begins he had an aura,
Yeah. It's the mouth. The mouth is weird. It's just too much going on in the mouth when he's like shouting. It's just funny.
Yeah, but I don't know if you
lips.
remembered Batman Begins. Yeah.
Oh, you know who's the perfect Batman?
Where is he?
Where's
Where is he?
the oh god, the Batman metal, Bat Metal. That's my favorite Batman. Do you remember Bat Metal?
You mean
It's so it's a song. It's a song about vengeance that animated metal band did. What are it called? Deathlock. From Metalocalypse.
Oh, Metalocalypse, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the band is called Deathlock, and they did a song. I think it was about vengeance or something like that. And somebody did an animated like over it.
I want to see it.
Batman. It's because he's got the lips of Christian Bale going, because he's like singing like in death metal growls. So I'll send that to you. You got to see that. It's amazing.
Yeah.
There's like
We'll
two songs they did. It's hilarious.
Yeah, because I liked Christian Bale's Batman and Batman Begins because there's a presence that they had. There was a great. I don't know when you saw Batman Begins.
I saw it when you guys showed it to me.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
No, I saw it again. I saw it again.
There was because there's like a lead up and then a payoff when he becomes Batman and he gets those drug dealers. Gives him a how-to.
I think I remember liking that one as well. Like there's bits I don't like, but I think I generally liked it as a Batman movie.
Yeah, so
much more than the Dark Knight Batman. That one sucks.
Michael Keaton is Bruce Wayne because you would never really expect this guy.
Good disguise.
Yeah, Batman, and then you have Christian Bale's Batman just on the pretense that the actions that he did in that movie was more Batman than I think any of the other ones, because all the other ones were. I mean, I guess maybe Robert Pattinson's is a pretty close second.
Pretty cool, like the little kind of.
I like the idea.
Nice vibes going around him, like the spooky, scary,
scary vibes.
It's like he's like a very slow arrival. That's he's kind of aware of how scary he looks. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Do you think? Well, here's the thing. Speaking of, Spider-Man, the perfect Spider-Man, this perfect Batman not being made. How long do you think? Do you think it's going to become like down 100 years? Batman, the story and the canon and the all the rules of it's going to become like Shakespeare of today. I
can see it.
Just like we're doing a movie. We're doing the Batman tradition.
Yeah, no, I can see that. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, it just seems like it.
I feel like it's just been forever. Like we're just ever since the start in the and with Tim Burton, there's just always Batman somewhere.
Batman somewhere.
Batman and Spider-Man. We're never
can't
gonna
live
get
life
rid
without Batman anymore.
There's been 3 Spider-Men, and now they're all together Spider-Man. It's just Spider-Man, Batman. Can't help it. Yep. They'll be always here.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Bum. So anyway.
Yeah.
In conclusion, what do you want to say?
Good on them. Good on them. Good on them. Making that do the stuff. Don't do DCU. It sucks, man. Do stuff like this. It's good.
Wait, have you seen the preview before the Batman? Did you get that? No, you came in really.
No, late. I literally came in as the Warner Brothers was popping up, so I paid perfect time.
Well done, perfect. Well, there was this really cheesy DC. It's not even a trailer. It was just like a TV show, TV channel ad where they're showing this is the year of DC. And it's like clips from new upcoming movies. Are you ready? First, the Batman. Then Aquaman 2. And then The Flash. And Black Adam. And someone says, like, the world's never going to be the same.
Oh no, never! This is going to change everything. This is going to stop a war in Ukraine.
I miss Wonder Woman. Oh, don't, Tim.
Sorry, you miss Wonder Woman. That second Wonder Woman.
Have you seen Wonder Woman 84?
Yeah, it sucked hard.
Yeah. See, I was excited. I was actually excited to see it because I liked Wonder Woman 1. And what didn't you like about it? I know the ending is bad, but like other than that, what? It's like
just a weird
in New York.
It's just a weird vibe around that movie. It feels strange. It feels like it's trying to be like fun and like lighthearted because it's Wonder Woman, but it's also trying to do some like serious themes, and it never really meshes. Like there's also like lots of bizarre choices throughout the movie of how the plot develops, how the characters act. What is it? Are you supposed to like show the Wonder Woman's great? It's just a weird, like I it's been a while since I've seen it, but I remember just like after watching it, like it's a movie you see it doesn't work and you know why exactly. It's not like this is a mystery. What's happening? Why do I like this? It's like I don't like this and because of this and this. So
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know.
I mean, once again, I might be speaking to ahead of myself because I've only seen it once.
What did you like the 84?
I didn't see it because everyone was talking to me about how bad it was. So I'm like, guess I won't watch it.
I'll watch it. Why not? I mean, it's not like you want to put your head through the wall. It's just bad. This is not good.
Well, I don't want to watch those movies. The older I'm getting, the less tolerant I am of those kinds of films. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Like you don't have the time.
No.
You don't have the time to watch mediocre garbage. I understand.
Kal-El, no.
Kal-El.
Have you seen Zack Snyder's Justice League?
No way, man. I'm not like I barely survived through 3 hours of that. I'm not gonna watch 4 hours of that. You're nuts. Doesn't matter if it's better.
Me and Luke and his girlfriend, we watched.
Did you almost say me and my girlfriend Luke?
Me and my girlfriend Luke, we're set to be married soon. We and his girlfriend, we had 2 days and we watched Justice League, the original one.
Why you watched both of them?
Because I've never seen it. I've never seen either one. That one, and then we watched the Zack Snyder one the next day. It was fun. That was actually fun. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited for Zack Snyder. Why are we doing this? It's the end of the podcast. The podcast is
I'm vengeance. Fear is a tool.
Underneath the bridge, top is brown.
You really could be doing more for this city.
The animals I've tried.
It's only gonna get worse for
have
you.
all become my pets, and I'm living.
I've never thought I'd feel fear like that again.
I
thought I'd mastered that.
From my ceiling. It's okay to eat fish, 'cause they don't have any feelings. Something's in the way. Something's in the way, yeah. Like and subscribe. Twofold Podcast. Be a twofold man or a twofold woman or whatever you should be. Be twofold. We're done. I don't know. I lost my train of thought. Batman and Batman the movie. The Batman. I don't know. There you go, another Batman. This is gonna be horror. That's when Matt Bane. That's when Man Bat. That's when Man Bat comes in play. That's exactly when. Yeah, Sam Raimi can bring Man Bat into live action. Perfect. No. What I want to say is,